Hi, it's Paul here from Heiken Forex, and this is the latest version of the system. This isn't. This is a blank MetaTrader chart. Okay, so what I'm going to talk to you about today is the Heiken Forex trading system and how we can turn this chart into something you can actually use. I know a lot of people do a lot of things with naked charts, but I find it more interesting to have some maths and some interesting things going on to help me trade. So I'm going to start off by converting this to a Heiken Forex Heiken Ashi chart. Heiken Forex uses Heiken Ashi quite a lot, so if you get it from the market, $30 a month, or you can buy it outright for $7.99. Okay, just click on the Heiken like this. Now you want to go in here. It's got all the settings already. Probably want to set your background to black before you do it, or dark colours, so make sure you set your lot size. This is the default lot size you normally use to trade. It's not an EA, so it won't control your trading, but this will be used for the calculators. So I'm going to click OK now, and you see how that chart converted into a Heiken Ashi chart, which is much more useful. Now what I need to do is open all the currency charts I want to trade so that it monitors them for signals, and you can see these buy signals here, as this is all in an uptrend obviously, and it was in a downtrend and it went into an uptrend. But let's have a look at first. Let's go in here, and there's a utility called Open All Charts. You can get that free by joining our Discord. You can get that from hurricaneforex.com. That'll link you through to the Discord. Let me go Open All Charts like this, and it says OK, and then you sit here and wait for a second, and you see how it goes through opening all the charts, and eventually come up with a box like this to say that it's done. And for some reason on Linux it never appears. I just get a blank box, but I think that's because it's still initializing the charts. There you go. Okay, so my charts are open. Now I go back to the first chart that I opened, and I close that because I don't need another. I don't need $2 Swiss charts now. So I'm going to take you around the screen and what you get on the screen. That's not very useful, is it? So we can actually click through. So let's start with Aussie CAD. We use this as an example, and I can flick through by doing Control Tab. That takes me through the different charts, and it all looks a bit overwhelming, but you do get signals which are quite useful to help you find entries, and that's really useful. So the first thing you'll notice is that your normal candles are gone. Okay, your standard MetaTrader 4 candles that you normally get are gone. You can get them back. You can actually use Heiken Forex on a standard chart, but Heiken Forex uses Heiken Ashi. These are Heiken Ashis. That's a Heiken Ashi, and that enables us to do quite a lot, and it's very powerful. The first thing that you'll notice is you're a Heiken Ashi trader. You will know that one of the problems that standard traders have is that they get stuck and they don't hit their targets because they tend to pull out of trades before the trade actually hits the target. With Heiken Ashi, it kind of gets rid of the noise, and so you get much better runs, and you're able to take bigger trades and get bigger profits. So I'm going to find a screen, doesn't matter which one. This one's quite a useful one, and I'm going to go through what you can see on the screen because there's quite a few little things that are quite useful for us to use. So the first thing we're going to look at is the actual candles themselves. You can see that they're gold when you're selling, and buy when you're buying. Now you can actually change the colours of these in the indicator settings. Edit like this. Here you go, and it's all these four here, and you can actually change the colours to whatever you want, and that will change all the colours. It's very simple. That you'll note, if anyone who knows about Heiken Ashi knows that when you get candles with pins both sides, that means that the market's indecisive, and then with candles where there's hardly any pin at the top, for instance, and they're gold like that, they're sell candles, and hardly any pin at the bottom, and they're buy candles. So for instance here we're obviously in a bit of a downtrend, not a big one, and it's moving into an uptrend, and you can see how the market changes. So look at how we're gold, then it goes flat here, and that you can see up here, you'll see that the overall trend strength will be flat. The green and the red will be at the same, will be equal to each other, and that will show you exactly what's going on there. Now you can see quite clearly where the markets move up and down. There's a simple 14 period moving average, that's an EMA, or is it linear weight is actually moving average. And you can see things like our pullback line. You can see how the market breaks through this line, and then it pulls back to it. It breaks through, sometimes it bounces off of it, and then down, and it pulls back again. Along it goes down, and it pulls back, and now you can see it's actually bounced off of it, and it starts making a move to become a bullish trend. Sorry, not a trade. Bullish trend, because it breaks through this 50 period. Heiken Ashi here. Okay, now I've taken the pins off of this because you don't need to see the pins for this, But when these little candles get bigger, then it's a stronger downtrend, and you see how they start getting thin, and that's because the market's coming into change direction for a little bit before it goes back into whatever happening here on Friday. It's been a crazy 2 days because we had some news from the dollar. But the bigger the candles, the more of a move it is. Obviously, like standard markets. So the nice thick candles like this is a downtrend. You'll see as well it was in an uptrend, and how the market changed direction and it started going, hang on, I'm in a downtrend here. That's all confirmed. Let's look at a different chart to get some more of an idea of that. Here's one as well. You can see that the market was coming into a downtrend. It actually came from an uptrend into a downtrend down here. It bounced around within these two Heiken Ashi lines there. It bounces around. It bounced off of there, bounced back off of here, and also it's bouncing between these Fib levels. This is all part of the Hurricane Forex indicator. So you can see that. Look at the way it bounces off of there. It bounces through here. Your sell signals. Those little gold dots, by the way, are targets on the signal. You'll also get alerts. There's one. Okay, so it tells you how strong it is, and you can go and then check it out. So Euro Swiss, for instance, there was an alert on earlier. So I can go to window. The easiest way to find it like this. Hit E till we get down to Euro Swiss. There it is, and they activate, and that will dump us through to Euro Swiss. So there was a buy signal earlier. So this is a typical pullback trade. Okay, I'm not taking it. Well, I could take it, I suppose. Just for you, I might take it. But this is a pullback trade. But there is still indecision in the market. You can see by those candles, it's a bullish trend, and this is a pullback trading system basically. So if I'm taking this trade, new order, and I'm going to put a buy on it. And I'm quite nervous putting a buy on it because I think A, there's a lot of news coming up, and B, because these are indecision candles. However, we have been in a trend since yesterday, into an uptrend probably since yesterday lunchtime. However, it's Friday and I don't trade much on Fridays. I've done my trading by Fridays. Okay, I'm just doing this for you. I'm going to put my stop in. The stop really needs to go where the red box is, and the take profit target it's reckoning is about here, so I'll stick it below the 50%. So that little gold dot there at the top is its take profit target. That's calculated with average true range. You can see we had a bounce off of there, and the pullback line's all there. So there's a lot of things going on in the same place, and you'll find that with this, that you'll see things happening at Fib levels and stuff like that. And that's quite a strong uptrend. In fact, you can see how the Heiken Ashi candles get bigger on this 50 period Heiken Ashi. Smooth Heiken Ashi and they get bigger on here as well. So there's quite a lot of gap here. It's quite a powerful uptrend, and it's showing slight weakness here, and this was mainly due to news overnight, but now it's showing a bit of an uptrend, so I'm going to leave that on there. And you'll see up the top here I've got some interesting information. I've got my current candle strength, that's this one. Shows me it's a strong buy candle. It shows me the ATR, it shows me the current risk and reward on my account. So this is only a teeny trade with it's a one-to-one risk and reward. I mean, I could bring it up higher actually, because it's a Friday. Let's bring that up. See how it changed to 2-to-1 risk reward. This is for your whole account. Now, what if you wanted to see the setup for one trade? Okay, so 63% bias. So what you can do, if you don't see these lines, just flip to a different time frame and back again, and they come. It's because I've just generated the charts. You've got these red and green line, and you notice I click on it and it kind of highlights, and then I can move it down and up, and you can see down the bottom here my trade calculator works out the risk reward between those two lines. So if I pop this, let's say if I put this right close to price, and I put my take profit up a bit higher, you see it's put it automatically where the gold thing is. So I'm going to put it right up there at the 50%. Tells me that I've got a 7-to-1 risk reward. That's because I've got no stop, hardly any stop at the moment. You see it's changing because the price is moving, and what it's telling me is that I've got an 8-to-1 risk reward, but of course that would be a bit silly because you'd be so close to the price you're bound to stop out. You see I put that there. It tells me the same information. I've got a 3-to-1 risk reward because this is higher than the actual take profit. Drag it here. So I mean, the good thing about this is that you can, if you're doing trades with trading for a prop firm, you will have restrictions to how much risk and reward you can use, and this actually says it all on the screen. So you can see how much risk is on your whole account. So anyone who's done a prop challenge will know that that figure there, the whole of the risk in open trades, is very, very important. because you can fail. You know, if you're a trader like this, you know, obviously with all these charts over, we can get a lot of trades on, and some of them, you know, you might look at them and go, oh, they're all valid, I really want to take them all, but you can't because you're in a prop challenge. What you might do is actually end up breaking the prop challenge simply because you don't know what your risk reward is and your account risk is, and that's the risk on the whole account. And it's all there for you. So using the overall trend strength. So for instance, you don't want to trade in flat markets. If you look at this, it is difficult to trade in that because it does keep bouncing off of the 50 period Heiken Ashi quite nicely, but it's not gaining any power, a lot of power down. In fact, it manages to just bounce off here off the 200 period Heiken Ashi. So let's try some different things. So there's a lot going on in sterling today, so I may as well show you this. I actually took this trade yesterday on GBP JPY and took profit up. Actually, I took profit here because I like to aim for the next fib level, and it was power. It's sat back a bit, and then it powered up high speed to here. In fact, in 4 hours, it actually took my profit out, which was just brilliant. But you know, we've got a powerful trend here. Look, there's that last indecision sell, but I would wait for another candle before I took something like that. And you've got this first move up to establish a new trend, and you can see how the faster smooth Heiken Ashi marches across the 200 period, and then we've got this nice entry. There's the pullback line, and it just breaks, hammers through it, very high speed. You don't have to take, obviously you don't have to take every trade that you get. You shouldn't do it, in fact. Okay, if you're seeing sales and there's a flat market, then just wait. You don't have to take them now. Wait for something to break, for instance. And here's another example. Here you've got a market that was in an uptrend. It starts moving into a downtrend. You can see that's the last potential trade of the uptrend. In fact, there's the entry, and that's the take profit there, and it does actually hit it. Then it drops like a fly, and then it pulls back, and here's our first pullback. And of course, our stops sort of here-ish. It does actually stop you out, which is a real shame, but if you entered that, you are entering on indecision. You can see how these candles are like tiny, so you need to wait, and then it starts pulling into this downtrend, and then there's a pullback. There's a pull. This isn't a pullback, that's a flat market, so you wouldn't enter it because you see up here that the trend strength is 0. Then they will pull back like this, but you can see all these little candles. Look at, there's another thing. Look at the 200 MA. It's pulling towards it, but they're not very powerful. Then you see this candle with a load of power that powers straight to its take profit in one go. Then these little guys all do the same thing, but then this one, it just gets weaker and weaker, and you can see how it fails to just get any further than the 0%. It's absolutely stuck. Now let's talk about the fib levels. Now fib level, oh, there's a euro yen buy there. I don't know whether I'm going to take that. Let's have a little look. So, well, I'll talk about the fib levels first. So look at these fib levels. Now these are periods, the first one there and here are periods where price will bounce off of it quite regularly. They'll either bounce off, and if they get caught in it, it's like mud, and they tend to hang around in these two areas. Okay, so just so you know, in fact, here is one doing the very thing. Look at the way it bounced us around. It bounced off the bottom of that one straight through the 50%. 50% isn't really a fib level, but it's quite a useful one because sometimes things hang around there. Bounces up, and then it gets kind of stuck in this 50 in this area. There's something going on with the yen, obviously. So you can see that because I've just had a couple of signals on the yen all at once. So let's go and look at euro yen. So here's euro yen, and you can see what's happened is we've got a buy signal. Now it's actually in an uptrend, so actually this would be quite a good trade to take if it wasn't a Friday. So I can actually place the order, buy by market. Now I haven't bothered measuring the trade or anything like that. We'll stick a stop down there. My take profit I'm just going to throw at the bottom of there. But I could actually use my trade calculator. If you don't see the trade calculator, it's just because I've only just generated these charts. There it is. Just flip to a different time frame and back, and it comes. So I could actually set up a demo trade here, like this. There you go. With that, so assuming that's a pullback and this is the start of a move out of that pullback, then I'll be into the next leg of that trade. Now, one way you could do it is also, if you are trading pullbacks, so if you're trading the whole way up this, which you might do, although there isn't an initial signal here because that's actually the first time it pulled that signal, you might like get your entry, and so you start seeing this where it goes blue, you see how it crosses, get your entry in and just follow it, so you add trades to it rather than just taking one trade. Okay, so just going through here, I'm a very much set it and forget it kind of guy, so I don't like to look at trades and fiddle with them. I prefer to set them up and go. So yeah, again here we're moving into a downtrend. You can see how the 200 period MA Heiken Ashi, you can see how it gets really thin. That's a sure sign you shouldn't be trading it. Stay well out of it until it's sorted itself out, and you move into something like this where we've got a nice strong upper. They're both quite strong and they're moving away from each other. The moment they start going in parallel like this, it's a sure sign something it's going to move back against it like this. You see how it's almost coming together again, then that's turning into a sell from a buy. Same sort of thing here. You see we've had a nice uptrend. You see how the big candles, everything gets bigger, and then it goes like into this flatness where it doesn't really know what it's doing, and then it's still got buy trades on there, are still valid buy trades. That's because it's indecision during this time, and then there's some news, and that's what happened here. It was bouncing around waiting for the news, and then once it gets through the news, you can see it started to establish a new uptrend. Possibly there's lots of W's going on here, so it shows a lot of market indecision. It's an hourly chart, by the way. All these charts are hourly. Here's a beautiful uptrend, good old dollar yen, which scares the thingies out of me because I think the Japanese banks will actually Japanese government or banks, one of the two, Bank of Japan, they will actually intervene in this. So I think at some point this is going to drop very, very fast. And in fact, I think if we zoom out a little bit, we can see where it happened before. I think it's here where the price got too much for them. But you could. This is an example of where you get a bicycle. Oh dear, there's another one. Everything's trading against the yen at the moment. Okay, that's quite standard for the markets. You get a lot of signals all at once on something. Don't take them all. Just find one that works the best. So, for instance, this is what worries me is dollar yen is not doing it. It's just other things they're going against the yen. So we want to have this Aussie yen. So you can see that there's quite a powerful buy move against the yen with a number of currencies. So this puts me in a good place to find a good currency to trade against the yen. You could use one of those currency meters. There's quite a few of them on the internet. Let's see, what was it? Swiss yen, Euro yen, CAD yen. There's another one. Coming right, New Zealand yen. So there's quite a lot of trading against the yen. Oh, it's going crazy. Lots of things are seeing. So you know that's a really useful thing about this tool, is that it actually can tell you when a currency is getting very weak and everything's trading against it, which puts you in a great position to take trades. It really does. I think I'm already in Euro yen. I tend to want to take the first one. I'm already in Euro yen. I don't know what my profit's looking like. Let's have a little look. Oh yeah, here you go. So this is proof in the pudding is in the eating. I know my traders are doing really well with the market, so we've got 2 euro trades on. New Zealand is going up as well, so 2 euro trades on. I'm already 26 pips up. Watch it go. It's live trading. Alright, well I didn't intend to do any live trading, honestly. And in fact my TP's only at only here from that pullback. The only reason I've got it, so really I could actually stick it up to here. Once I get up to once the trade gets far enough up, I will actually go ahead and move my stop inside entry. So I just grab this and throw it up here so that there's no, takes the risk off, and you'll see the risk off will come off here. And now I'm 5-to-1 risk reward because this trade's got no risk in it. Anyway, that's Heiken Forex for you. It's $30 a month, or you can buy it outright for $7.99. That's all I do. And you can join the Discord group. It's well worth doing that because we have a lot of with some really good traders in there using it day to day and enjoying getting profits out of it. Is it a profitable trading system? I think it is. I love it. It's something. It's taken me about 15 years to get to this point. So if it's something you can use, if you're a bit fed up with the old naked charts and trying to guess what's going on, and this just gives you a bit of an edge in the markets. So hurricaneforex.com, that's got the links to the Discord, and then you click through and you get it on the MetaTrader market, and it converts your MetaTrader 4 into a Heiken Ashi trading station basically. Thanks very much.